Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play LOTRO with me, Balthelion, where once again we are in Galtrev after arriving here in the last episode. Now something I don't think I actually mentioned last episode, which is our first bit of the Galtrev questing, was that I noticed the reason why my poor little elf champion was taking so much damage at the end of the Bone Vows, and specifically in the second half of the last Bone Vows video. But I realised after I took him back to town that he was naked. Basically, he had absolutely no armour on him because he would have dinged level 70, and upon dinging level 70 he's no longer eligible to wear a level 60 armour set which has set bonuses. So this is like an anti-exploit kind of thing where if something has set bonuses, you're only allowed to wear it for a certain level range. So it's to stop you, playing an endgame character with a 20, 30, 40 level out of date armor set that can give you some disgusting kind of like damage bonus and just completely break the game. Which has happened at several points in the game's lifetime for certain classes. So he got all of his armor unequipped. He had obviously no armor rating pretty much at all, so everything was doing a lot of damage to him, although he still had quite a lot of damage because he was losing the stats from his armor gear, but he still had his jewelry and stuff, so he was still able to do some competent damage. But that's why they spontaneously started doing loads of damage, and I was just like, why is everything suddenly hurting even though I'm over leveled? But that was the reason why. But I forgot to mention it last time on our epic travels. So heading back to Geffen then. So this is the worker that was a bit exhausted from being worked to death, pretty much. Thank you, Pendulous. What a kind soul you must be to help the foolish people here in Galtrev. Once I might have been able to show you proper hospitality. Now, alas, all I can offer you is friendship, little though it is worth. So there we go. So we've helped out all of the kind of like slave labour that's helping out the half-orc guy over here, Flint Ironheart. So if we speak to him.
You're not so bad, Pendulous. Has anyone ever told you that before? When I whip these sluggards, I could swear they are even less productive than before. Someday you should show me your flogging techniques. They seem to be most effective. Well, get moving then. Find more work so I can finally finish that nap.
So he seems satisfied. He is pleased with the day's progress, which is not bad because it is actually night time now. What a relief it is to have such a kindly traveller in Galtrev. Flint Ironheart is finally distracted. Perhaps now I can rest. So, cosmetics, we've got a pair of plain boots, the legs we can't see, and the helm again is fairly plain. Nothing too fancy there.
The old woman of the mountain says we should not trust Devodiad.
So, you have done a great service to us by helping with the labour Pendulous. So I try to help you as well. Perhaps I can give you news that will be of interest to you. You ask Geffen what manner of goods were in those boxes and where they were headed. Well, I know that Saruman has rallied his White Hand servants to oversee the delivery of weapons and goods that are manufactured in Dunland. I can only imagine that these items are going to supply a great war. You are free to peek into the boxes if you wish, but do not let the White Hand see you at it. So it's going to be the equivalent of like made in Taiwan, made in China. It's just going to be, made in Dunland. So what's in the box? We're literally just going to go around town now looking in boxes. So like the nails, these should be scattered around pretty much everywhere where we can look. So we just have to look for some shiny boxes. Turning on the floating names helps. So the day I'm recording this, so if all goes to plan, this will actually, along with a lot of the videos actually, they actually tend to be recorded and released on the same day at the minute. Just because I need to build up a bit of a buffer. So this is Monday the 4th of June, which is the patch day where the class changes have just gone live. So Champion is one of the classes that has been updated. It hasn't been updated too much compared to other classes. So from the patch notes themselves, so champion damage has been increased across the board, so that should be good. Hopefully we'll get some combat in a second to actually prove that's the case. So the healing for bracing attack has been improved. Now, I don't have bracing attack because I think you need to be in the blue line for that. Or is it one of the base blue line skills? But so I can't actually see what that's going to do. But it's supposed to be better. I'll take its word for it. Die Need Morale Healing has been increased from 200% of power consumed to 400% of power consumed. So Die Need's healing has been doubled. I've got Die Need out. Right, where am I going now? So there should actually be some boxes up the top of the hill allegedly. So let's go up there because we need to do the epic quest. Rend armor value has been increased. So Rend is our little bleed here. So it reduces our target's armor value by, at my level, 1183. Obviously that will scale as you level up, which is quite nice. There's a whole suite of blue line changes which we'll get into in a little bit, which are basically to make that more viable as a not to necessarily get you up to the same level as being a full tank, but a champion historically was able to facilitate an off-tanking role, which kind of got nerfed over the years. You know, they removed the champion's ability to wield a shield, and yeah, they're kind of not necessarily great for tanking these days, but they're kind of like trying to like give that a little bit of a boost, improve the survivability and ability to sort of tank a little bit at least. But the only other change apart from the blue line is in yellow line. Blade Wall's inherent damage has been increased dramatically, according to the patch notes. So I don't know what it was doing before, but the numbers seem bigger. I don't think we ever had 4 digits before, so I'll take its word for that. The bonus damage from the trait Barbed Wall has decreased in proportion. This was done to make Barbed Wall less of a must-have trait. Okay, so Barbed Wall is this one. So the idea being, so did it used to just go up to 100% in 20% steps, and now it's just 10% steps? I don't know. So basically they're allowing you to have Blade Wall does more damage up front with the base skill, and the trait just gives you a little bit more, rather than the base trait just made the damage scale ridiculous. So in other words, if you are a yellow line character, you can spend those 5 points elsewhere if you really wanted. I'd still advise you as a yellow line character, you'd still want that. But maybe if you're a red or blue line character, maybe that's going to be less interesting now, and you'd rather spend the 10 points that you'd have to spend on that because you have to spend 2 points per rank since it's not in your current tree. Maybe you'd be best off investing that somewhere else now. But yeah, we'll just have to see how that changes the meta. So we're going to speak to this guy, Idval. So this is for the Book 4, Chapter 4 quest line. So this is where we left this last time.
This land belongs to the Ox Clan. You will not leave here alive.
That's charming. You have much to learn at the hands of the Ox Clan. And so he's decided he wants to fight us. Can't remember what Ox Clan is in their native tongue. It'll be something Luth. So yeah, you have the Draegluth, which are the Dragon Clan, the Ukluth, the Avankluth. We haven't met them yet. They're the ones down in the swamps. Quite a few of them. Can't remember what the Falcon Clan's name is in their tongue, but doesn't seem to. Okay, so the quest is advanced, but the quest rings are still on my mini-map, so I'm just wondering why I couldn't interact with those guys. So Isengard shipments. So we need 5 more of these. So this is 2. There's one over the back. Is that the only other one that's up here? Probably. So let's have a look at some of the blue line changes. So Champion blue line set bonus glory is being changed to a flat 10% melee damage reduction. So I don't know what it was before. So that just basically helps you. You take reduced damage while you're in the blue line. The morale bubble from the blue line spec skill sudden defense is being converted to a percentage bubble covering 15% of the player's unmodified max morale. So it's 15% of your max morale, presumably before you've had bonus morale applied to it. Okay. Sudden Defense's morale bubble grants plus 10% melee damage while active. Okay, so while you're using a defensive skill, your offense is also increased, which would help a bit. I'll tell you what, let's look at down by the main entrance. There should be some more crates down outside of town, or possibly up there actually. Let's have a look up here first. Riposte now grants sweeping riposte by default. Okay, so an improved version of that skill. These are the last 2 boxes we need. Some blue line traits have been rearranged in the tree to address balance issues when buying traits outside specialization. Okay, so I think that's if you're not a blue line character and you're trying to get traits out of the blue line tree. Sometimes you could get things which are maybe a bit too powerful too early. I don't know. So sweeping riposte has moved from row 3 to row 2, so that's now easier to get from outside of the tree. Place strikes has gone from row 4 to row 3. I don't necessarily know what these do off the top of my head though. I don't know. I'm coming down here. We've got the crates we need. So that's easier to get. However, tactical mitigation increase. There we go. So that's gone from row 1 to row 3. Now that was a very nice trait to get. It's very low-hanging fruit. It's very nice. You love tactical mitigation, so you can survive longer in combat. So I understand why that's inevitably gone up. Be interesting because a lot of classes tend to have some kind of little bonus like that on the rank 1s. I don't know if they've increased it for the other classes. I haven't fully read through some of the other classes' patch notes. And the other thing was the vitality increase has gone from row 2 down into row 1. Okay, so 4 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1, and 1 has gone up to row 3. So there's an extra trait in row 3 and 1 less in row 4 overall once these changes are in. Yeah, the vitality increase is not really of interest. I'd save your points whether you're in the blue line or not. There's easier sources of vitality. You can use those points, whether it's 5 points or 10 points elsewhere, to better effect. So it's what the guy's got to see. Did you find what you were looking for, Pendulous? It seems clear to me that our people are fueling a great army. The young men go the same way as those crates you see. Saruman promises that the lands of Rohan will be returned to us, but the horse lords are vicious foes. I don't know if vicious is necessarily the right word. So we're gonna have loads of quests that have now popped up. Now we've done. This is like our intro bit to Galtrev, so we've kind of like made friends with the locals.
Hear me out, Duvoriad, for I have a tale to tell.
Where could he be? He has never been this late before. Lunid suddenly seems to notice your presence. You, Duvoriad! Are you going east out of Galtrev anytime soon? If you are, could you look out for my friend Laurelin? He ventured out onto the road early this morning, and has not yet returned. His excursions to gather supplies never take this long.
Many foul things dwell in the shadows. I fear wolves will be the least of our troubles.
Pardon, Duvoriad, but may I speak with you for a second? Please, this must be quiet. I need your help. The daily wood shipment from the Galtrev lumber camp is late, and I fear for the well-being of the driver, Freyd, upon his return. I heard the overseer of Isengard whispering that he would be sorely punished for his delay. So we have to stop someone getting flogged, quite literally. We need to talk to Katrin down here for the epic.
I did not think to see you again, Duvoriad, but I was wrong, yeah?
I did not think to see you again, Duvoriad, but I was wrong, yes. I heard the cries of that pathetic ox from here. Folk of many clans live in Galtrev, but those who have grown wealthy from the gifts of Saruman float to the top. We of all the lower village work hard just to get by, but the taskmasters in the upper village live off our labours, and return the products of them to the wizard. Perhaps you can be of some use to the Hebogluth, the clan of the Falcon. Okay, so there you go, that's the Falcon clan. We stand against those who have thrown in with Saruman. Cool.
Even the folk of Galtrev are put to work to further the wizard's aims.
So they'll go ding, level 72.
people of many clans have listened to the promises of Saruman, and where his words are not enough, his gold does the trick. Even the folk of Galtrev are put to work to further the wizard's aims. At the lumber camp northeast of here, trees are felled and wood prepared for carting to Isengard. Go there, steal their axes, and throw them in the pond east of the lumber camp. Even if they fish them out, the rust will make the axes unreliable and difficult to use. Members of the Dragon clan may have brought the axes to other settlements in Prenguid. Those will do as well. A simple act of rebellion, maybe. But this effect could be sweeping. So we're just going to be really disrespectful about that. There's a quest ring in the middle of town. Who's that? That's Bron. So Bron has some daily things which are for getting legendary item bits and pieces.
Perhaps you may be of help to me.
But these are level 75 quests, so none of these are particularly interesting. You can get some relics, legendary item titles,
it is not our custom to trust
Compendium Volume 3, IXP runes, that kind of stuff. So none of that is actually of use to me. And I think these are the only quests we have at the moment. So let's head outside of town then. So we're going to go out the north gates. We haven't actually been out this way before. So we just head northeast. It kind of like snakes around here out by the farmers' fields. And literally just outside of town, just north of the farmers' fields, is going to be the lumber camp. Now, if I'm not mistaken, killing things around here will probably also give us some items in our pending loot. So we just need to be watching out for that. So the chap we need to speak to is over here, where he's smashed cart. He's taken refuge underneath it. And he's going to give us a few more quests, which will take us down into the lumber camp over there proper. So speak to this guy first before you go down for the other quests.
Even the Afluth have need of help on occasion.
So much lumber was stolen from when these horrid thieves attacked. If I do not get it back, I will not be able to deliver the full shipment to Galtrev. Please help me recover the wooden stacks, Pendulous. I am very afraid of the punishment the overseers have in store for me.
Hear me out, Devodiad, for I have a tale to tell.
Help Devodiad. It was the Dragon clan, those fiends. They have gone bold of late, probably because the young men and warriors went away. This is meant to be the daily wood shipment, but as you can see, there has been an attack. Curse the Drake Loof. So, murder these boys. Annoyingly, some of these guys are going to be archers, which is a shame. Because otherwise I can't really drag them into one spot and just murder them all. So I might have to have a wander around and see if we can get enough warriors. So we're going to pay attention to our pending loot, because yep, there we go. There's a lumber axe that's just dropped. Put that in my inventory. Or is that just a normal lumber axe? Yeah, so I think we have to go in the water and use that. Yeah, alright. They're not quest starting items. False alarm. So we need to... there's lumber axes on the floor that we need to pick up though. Okay. God damn it. Why does half the people here have to be an archer? There's a corpse we can loot. So we need to collect 12 stacks of lumber. So the stacks should all be fairly close to the hut itself. The Dunlandings that will count for the Slayer are scattered around. Oh, hello. We've suddenly changed the music. I shall not die at your hands, elf. Famous last words, because you just did. So what else do we need? So we've got Exploring Prenguid has now popped up as well. There's going to be a couple of places we need to go for that. I think most of the places should be in places we need to quest, so I wouldn't worry too much about missing any of those. So searching for Laurelin, he's the odd one out. He's further east. We get to go do him in a second. So lumbrax. How many of these do we need? We need 8. So there are some on the floor and some that get dropped by enemies. So we can get those out of our inventory as well. Wooden chest is just a generic coffer. Calinod hides, thank you very much. I need some of those for my crafting.
that'll be 6 axes. Okay, we're going to make a friend here. Right, let's gather up some of these guards. 1, 2... Okay, we only need 3, but sod it. Let's go for 5. Just because it'll buff my Slayer Deed, and killing 5 as a champion will take the same amount of time as killing 3 people anyway. Just spamming these AoE skills. There we go. So I am slightly over leveled, but I think it does feel like the damage has been slightly increased on the champ anyway. With my clearly unscientific method, but it seems accurate enough. So there's plenty of this wood around. Just gather up as much as you can. So we need 6 more. 1 more axe. That'll be the one in front. Interesting little bit of music, just all these horns. Just imagine like an animal plodding along. It's like a music to accompany an elephant just walking or something. Right, so we don't need the lumber axes. We can pick up extra lumber axes, but there's literally no point in doing it. So that's 10. This will be 11. Then we need to go back and get 1 more. There's 1 by the hut. 1 quest to hand back in at Frayed. This second quest will be to go talk to Frayed as well. Right, so we need to go east now, down to this little pond/lake. And as soon as you are in there, providing you're not mounted, the red border around these axes should disappear. So we just come, get somewhere a bit deep. There we go. The water here is a suitable location for dumping the axes. Destroy it, that should get rid of all 8. There we go. So we can go back to Frayed. We'll do his hand in, we won't go back to Galtrev proper. Is there anything interesting in here? We'll destroy those lumber axes, we don't need those. We're almost certainly going to make a friend wandering through all these mobs. Especially if they walk closer together like that. Yeah, we've got 3 guys chasing us. Lovely.
Greetings.
So,
Will you remain here long?
ah, you have recovered all of the missing lumber. Thank you, Pendulous. You are a true friend. Okay, murder them.
I have not seen your kind before.
Brave warrior, stout champion. You have done well indeed. You do more to protect us than those white-hand guards and overseers in Galtrev. Thank you, Pendulous. You are most kind to come and help me, but should not Isengard protect us? That was their promise.
It is not our custom to trust Devodiad, but perhaps you may be of help to me?
Here is another difficulty. I cannot return to Galtrev now. I believe the White Hand overseers will beat me for my lateness, or worse. They executed my neighbor for losing an important crate bound for Isengard. I wish to escape, Pendulous, but if the wood does not arrive, they will make an example of someone else. Will you deliver it? So, there we go. Oh, well, we have to do this now then. So we have to manually carry this wood back into town. Which is annoying. I hate all these kind of carry quests where you have to do it on foot, slow boating it. If you had to just click the thing and you could just freely mount up and stuff, it's fine. But these are on a little bit of a timer. You can see that the blue bar is slightly decreasing over time. Yeah, we'll have more than enough time to get around here anyway. So we can just go around the snake path. We can cut up the corner a bit. So we've just got to take it over to this this camp where they were complaining about the wood shipment being late. Do we take it to Geffin? No, we'll take it to the guy over here. There we go, we've delivered the wood shipment. He escaped? Good. That is good. They wanted to kill him for his lateness. But it is the Dragon Clan that they should punish. Why do they not defend us when our warriors are gone? So the gauntlets, just a small pair of metal ones. We've got an earring and trousers we can't see. So hand that in. Speak to Galtrev. I keep saying speak to Galtrev. Every time I say Catherine at Galtrev, I'm just saying Galtrev instead of Catherine. So
You caused some trouble out there, I trust, huh? Good.
you caused some trouble out there, I trust, huh? Good. There is more for you to do. Wood from the lumber camp has already been collected and is being stored in the upper village until it can be cut itself. Take this torch and burn the wood piles. That will make them scurry. So, we have a wooden torch we can pick here, and we can just go Sapper of Helm's Deep. We'll just run in with a torch, blow the hell out of everything. But I think that's probably about a good place to stop then. So we'll leave that there and then continue that in the next episode. So until then, see you guys next time.